Mad Bus Driver here, brothers and the ladies and the haters that are most definitely watching. Yeah. So this video, I would like to take the time to yickety-yak with you about some drama down in Atlanta. Some serious drama down in Atlanta. Now, some people say, well, it's not that serious because catastrophe has been avoided. But I contend that this once again shows the underlying deep-seated hatred for African American men. So what drama are we talking about? We're talking about the drama at Dr. Martin Luther King's birth home down in Atlanta. We're talking about the fact that a lady tried to burn it down, doused the front of the place with gasoline, and she was going to set the place ablaze, like it was set it off, like it was how Stella got her groove back, how it was, you know, like she was Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and she was just going to burn the house down because she's mad that vehicle didn't act right. And thanks to some good old white folks, I guess, some of them were white, that came by and saw what this person was doing and what this person was about to do. They filmed it. Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee, because folks wouldn't believe it if you told them. So you have to have the receipts. They got this broad on film dousing the front of the house with gasoline. And there's another clip of her being detained for the PD to show up to pick her up. Now understand something. Had this been a Caucasian female, all hell would have broken loose. Had this been a Caucasian female, you would have bet Dr. Umar Johnson, you would have bet Tariq Nasheed, you would have bet Cynthia G, you would have bet all of these race baiters to be on the internet, all the pro-blacks, all the black power folks would have came out in full force, all the Hotep to B1 would have came out in full force, and they would have pointed at this white chick trying to burn down Dr. Martin Luther King's house, and they would have said, see, you black men, you see, you out here chasing these white girls, Bronny James, and look what they're trying to do to your legacy. See what integration has done. See, we need to segregate, we need to separate. You know, they would have said this. But it turns out it was not a white female. No. It was a B-dub. That's right. It was a B-dub. Now, of course, you know, folks is trying to say this B-dub has mental illness, and so therefore you can't really, you know, hold her accountable for her actions, her attempted actions to do what she was going to do. But this is a pattern. This is a pattern, brothers, because this isn't new. You see, if you're not a part of the internal drama, if you haven't been following, you know, the whole passport bro and SYSBM, interracial relationships, all these people who are mad at this and mad at that, you don't understand the underlying issue, that there is a distinct, deep hatred. No other group, except for two groups of people, dislike brothers the most. There's only two groups of people: racist white guys and racist black women. And then whoever backs the play of both of those groups. Because this isn't the first time. You see, back in the day when the good doctor, MLK, was alive, before Shea Whitey took him out, somebody else tried to take him out. That's right. And it wasn't no white woman that tried to take out Dr. Martin Luther King. No, it was a B-dub. That's right. If you don't know your history, it was a B-dub that tried to put a blade through this man's heart. She stabbed him in the chest at a book signing up in Harlem. In Harlem. And what did they say about the B-dub back in the day? Oh, she had mental illness. It's funny how these racist dudes come around and they go ham all up in schools, and ham here and ham there. They got mental illness. B-dubs go wacky-dacky, tickety-tacky, stabbing, shooting, murking, drowning, roasting, deleting this, deleting that. They got mental illness. But brothers doing wild shit in the hood, they just, some lazy ass thugged out goofies who ain't shit. Both these ladies, and the one that tried to take Martin Luther King out back in the day, lived to be in her 90s. Both these ladies, one tried to take him out before he could get enough steam in the engine to move that train, and one's trying to destroy his legacy from where he was born, trying to erase that out of existence. Well, how can you tie this into what, how are you gonna make this leap? It's a big leap. No, it isn't. It is not a big leap. It is not. What would make this broad choose, out of all the places, this particular place? This lady could have took her gallon of gasoline, and there's plenty of other places she could have torched or attempted to torch. There's so many other places down there that have historical significance. Why the birth home made of wood of Dr. Martin Luther King? Why? What would pop in your head? I don't understand. It just, what would pop in your head to be like, yeah, you're crazy. You get it, you're crazy. But to make that effort to go get that much gasoline and to dress the way you dressed as some hoodnignock and go and try to torch the house. What makes you think that way? Cynthia G makes you think that way. Cynthia G makes you think that way. Them swirlers, they got all in her ear. You don't think she doesn't listen to Cynthia G? You don't think she doesn't listen to these swirlers out there in these streets? She does. And she found the highest profile African-American man in history, the highest that she can get to in close proximity, so she could attach her grubby hands to get some clout. She wasn't that crazy. It wasn't spontaneous. That was planned out. Just like the lady planned to stab Martin Luther King back in the day. That was planned out. Y'all brothers gotta get that. You gotta understand. Back in the day, when they first got off the boats, you have to understand how they keep telling you what it is. They keep telling you it's the legacy of what happened to them in the past. They're struggling, what happened to them in the past, because what happened to them in the past affects what they're doing today. It's passed down, trauma through the children, through the generations, generational trauma, passed down from one generation to the next. Where the young kids don't even know where it comes from. Well, guess what? When old Jim Bob and Billy Bob and them was able to walk past and go up into that house, whatever it is, and take what he wanted from that lady, either by hook or by crook, either by consent or by not. He planted his seed deep inside. He womb imprinted. Do you understand that? This is what you think they work so hard to keep you from, quote unquote, the snow bunnies. Because they don't want you to womb imprint. Because they know what that means. That's what they did. That's what they did to your culture. They wombed imprint. And there's no way of coming out of that until you cut that out. You have to replace the defective part. And the defective part, left unchecked, is out here wilding with no decorum. Because there's nobody to check them. They womb imprinted a hatred for you. You know this because white guys talk about this all the time, that when they're in a relationship with a BW, how much she hates black men. During pillow talk. I mean, absolutely, to the point where the man is like, you dislike him more than I do. You see in the last video I posted up? You see how they behave for you and how they behave for other people, for other men. They know that you will not tolerate the drama, but they know that they have such lack of respect for you that they don't care. They're gonna treat you however. And this is why they scream so hard when you go overseas or when you find something different at home and you date something that's not them. Because they know they can't serve you with that type of BS. Brothers, you need to wake up. They don't like you like that. Period. That's not how they see you. They like their white boys as nerds. They like their black boys as thugs. They like their black boys to be subservient. They like the white boys to lead. That's just how it is. Mad bus driver out. Let me come back with a PS for that ass. Let me come back with a PS for that ass. You got broads that out here looking like Muppet characters, jabba-jabbing, talking crazy, derogatory SHIT to fit and feminine women from overseas. Because the fit and feminine women from overseas knows and are trying to inform the women here in the States why men are going overseas. And said nothing to disrespect the women in the States. But because the BW feels the need to gatekeep and took it personal, she decided to attack a female from overseas with the ad hominem attacks. Of course, using the racial slur of unseasoned chicken. Brothers, understand something here. When they try to scare you to tell you, hey, you know, they age badly. Do you know how many cracked-faced B-dubs I see on a daily basis? And didn't Kevin Samuels say, yes, black cracks, but you just don't see it because it's the dark skin? You crack. You also get hunchback. You also get the sag. You also get the same things that you project and you say the other people get. You get that too. You may not get the smoker face, but you get the leather face. Then you have to throw in a gang of weight and bad knees with the flat feet. It's a wrap in these streets. I'm out.